Design&Me is the way I feel when I enter a space.
Greetings from Pacific. It gives me immense pleasure to meet with and introduce Matthew LEAVEY, who's Head of Property for Panthers Group, owners of the widely celebrated Pullman Hotel here in Penrith, Western Sydney, Australia. Morning, Matthew.
Hi Nikhil, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Excellent. Let's go have a look at this hotel.
Matthew, before we speak about Pullman Hotel that Panthers Club have recently opened with Accor, for our audience that are with us today, could you share some insights about Panthers as a group?
Yeah, sure. Look, Panthers Group predominantly exists to put on the field our first grade rugby league team, the Penrith Panthers. We've just won our third straight premiership, so we're very excited here at Penrith for that. Look, that's our main charter, but to do that commercially, we operate a number of leagues clubs, hospitality venues, food and beverage, obviously gaming as well, and as of very recently, we now own a beautiful hotel, Penrith Pullman Sydney, which we just completed, as you just said. So venturing into the hotel market as well.
Fantastic. Let's go and look at the hotel now.
Sure.
Matthew, there's so much we can speak about the design philosophy followed here at Pullman Penrith. Can we just take a look back and focus on some nice examples from the lobby, some features and some choices that you've made to meet with guest expectations?
Yeah, sure. Look, as you know, we brought Accor on late in the piece, late in the construction phase actually. We were midway through construction when we decided to bring Accor on. And because of that, there was a design in place, there's an interior design in place for this lobby that we needed to actually take Accor's influence on to make sure we met that Pullman minimum standards or the Pullman design guidelines that was quite important to obviously not just Accor, but very important to us, because we wanted, when people turned up to our hotel, we wanted to want them to feel like they knew they were in a Pullman and they were here for an elevated experience. Probably the two things that we're most proud of as well, but two of them things that were certainly influenced by Accor was the Nepean River art, which is influenced by the Nepean River, which is only 2 kilometres up the road from us, and our geometric ceiling feature, which is a mix between mirrored panels and timber veneer panels. It's quite striking, and again, probably one of the things we were most excited about during the design phase, and really excited about to see it actually come to life when it was all put together.
Matthew, this hotel is a fantastic achievement. Accor DTS team worked closely with the design team which was already appointed on the project. How do you think that collaboration was able to enhance the overall design?
Yeah, correct, Nikhil. We had Turner Studios on as the architect for this building, and part of their brief was interior design. And as we already discussed, we brought Accor on late in that process. So it was critical that Accor and Turner worked together, and they did. They worked together brilliantly, both very respectful of each other's design ideas, but a common goal, which was to create a beautiful 5-star building. And the Accor influence was really important because we had to turn a beautiful building into a Pullman, which we think we've done. And we're incredibly excited and stoked about the outcome of the building.
How do you think Accor DTS was able to add value to your project?
The HES was, working with Accor HES was the real pleasant surprise on our end. Significant savings against our procurement budget for FF&E and OS&E by going through HES. Not only the savings, but the process, and in the short time frame we had to order the furniture, we really benefited from Accor's relationships in that market, particularly in the overseas market and the manufacture of the furniture. And the quality of the furniture is commented on by everyone that visits the hotel. How beautiful the furniture is, how strong it is, sturdy it is, and the price significantly cheaper than what we budgeted for.
Matthew, looking back at this experience working with Accor DTS, for any future project of yours, would you collaborate with us earlier in?
Absolutely, yeah. I tell everyone that'll listen, if you're going to go and build a hotel, first step is sign up your operator before you speak to an architect, because the specific guidelines around whatever brand you're trying to build with your operator, that'll inform your architectural design. You do that early and then you do it once. You don't need to come and change things halfway through like we did, unfortunately. But again, happy with the outcome, happy with the way it went. However, if I did it again, I'd speak to Accor first.
Sustainability is a key driver in hospitality industry, as you know, Matthew. For Panthers Club, what have been considerations and achievements that you'd like to share with us?
So our charter here at Panthers is to basically generate electricity on site on our precinct and have solar on every asset that we own. So across all of our clubs, all of our lease buildings, and including this one. So when we built this building, we made sure that there was the potential for us to include solar as we roll that plan out, which we've done that. We've made provisions for solar in this building. Also, we have double glazed windows throughout, which is a great sustainability measure, but also really good for noise pollution as well. And rainwater reuse, where we capture the rainwater from our roof and we reuse that for irrigation and for grey water, so toilets throughout the building as well.
At Accor, we believe hotels are the best examples of places for people to come and meet. Travelers, of course, but locals as well as in-house guests to come and together. Pullman Penrith is a fine example, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. We kept that in mind when we designed this hotel, particularly Marcel Restaurant and Tory Cafe and the wine bar of the evening as well. We wanted it to be a place for locals to come. It's an elevated experience. It's a fine dining restaurant. It's a beautiful wine bar, and we think the people of Penrith really deserve that. And being in the centre of Penrith where we are, we're so central, not only to the residents across the road and the 1,000 apartments that are next door, but also the rest of Penrith. They're very easy to get to, and we kept that front of mind.
Thank you so much, Matthew, for having me and sharing your views of working with the Accor DTS team and as an owner here in Australia.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching this episode of Design&Me here in Pullman Penrith, Australia. I hope you appreciated the content. Stay tuned for the next episode to come. Bye.
That's a cut. Thank you.
Are we done?
That's okay. But can I ask you another question?
Sure.
If you were not head of property, what other job would you do?
I think I'd be a builder, Nikhil. I'd like to be a little bit more hands-on on a project like this.
What do you first think about when you imagine a new venue?
Always the customer experience. What's going to excite them?
Which is your favorite entertainment place?
I took my two sons to Movie World on the Gold Coast last year, and that's probably my favourite place that I've been to recently.
Which building or natural place inspires you the most?
Look, the natural landscape around Penrith and the Blue Mountains, in particular for this building, we took a lot of inspiration from the Nepean River.
Which is your favorite object?
Probably my fishing rod, because that's when I get my most joy, is when I'm fishing with my sons.